Hi, everyone. It's Lisa with InkandInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me for my YouTube premiere on November 11th, 2021. This is when it will go live and it will remain a recording on YouTube. So, thank you if you are watching the replay. If you're here at 6 p.m. on November 11th, 2021, if you'll sign into your Google account, you can participate in the live chat with us. And I want to apologize for last week. I was not live. I'll have to say that whenever I'm with my grandchildren, there is no guarantee that I'm going to be live. And I think if you all have children or grandchildren, you can understand that. Um, anyway, we had a great week in Texas last week with one of our daughters and leaving, and her family, and leaving next week to go to Fort Worth to our youngest daughter's house. So, anyway, this is a busy, fun time of the year, but I have a fun project to share with you tonight. So, I'd like, if you hear, just go ahead and say hello. If it's your first time, thank you. And it is Veterans Day when this goes live. So if you are a veteran, I want to thank you for your service to our country from the bottom of my heart. And also to thank those families who have those in service or it had those in service to our country. So thank you so much for that. So this evening, it's going to be a fairly short little video. I wanted to share this beautiful gift card holder that is made mainly with designer series paper, and I just love it, and I want to share it with you and show you how you can use your designer paper to make so many different gift card holders. It could hold cash, it could hold a gift certificate, and I'm using the Encircled in Warmth stamp set from the holiday catalog, which coordinates with the Encircled in Beauty dies from the annual catalog. And so you'll see that. And then I'll show you, if you'll stick around to the end, I'll show you another sample made with another designer series paper. But for this one, I am using the Peaceful Place designer series paper. And I have not yet used this paper, and it is gorgeous. It's got this, I'm using this snowflake print, and we're going to do some scoring here. And so let me get my Simply Score scoring tool. And what I started to say a while ago, I got distracted. Imagine that. Our Stampin' Up! On Stage at Home virtual gathering is this evening beginning at 6:30. So I intentionally recorded or am recording a short premiere so that I can be on time for that virtual gathering, which is for 3 days. And I'm really excited about that. So anyway, here we have 5.5 by 12, and we're going to score it at 4 and at 8. So that's simple enough, right? 4 and 8. And I'm going to let the snowflakes be the outside of my folder. Okay, so I'm going to fold on these score lines. Look at this little check, buffalo check. I love that. All right, so this is going to fold like this, all right? But I want to round these corners, so I'm going to use my detailed trio punch that's in the annual catalog. And just going to slide that in and punch. As you're watching this, Jackie and I have just returned from a little getaway to the Springfield and Branson area. So excited that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's just a busy week, but lots of fun. So anyway, okay, there we go. See, it's just folded in thirds there. And then I'm going to take the top here and fold this down. I don't measure it. I just kind of line it up where I think it looks good with that designer paper behind it and give it a good press there with my fingers, okay? All right, so here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some glue. You could use tear and tape or, gosh, Stampin' Seal Plus or Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to use a little thin line of glue and fold that up and hold that for just a bit. And then I'm going to take some more glue and just come along right here to hold that down. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and try to finish the inside of this here, if I can find my little piece. This is a piece of the foil from the Silver Foil Specialty Paper. This is also in the holiday catalog, and it has like a matte silver, a shiny silver, and then this one that's kind of got a, gosh, I don't know, it's almost like a brush look to it. It's got some texture. You can see that there a little bit in the light. This is cut 1/4 by 5.5, and I just wanted something to make this stand out a bit from the back side of the card. So on the other one, I think my sample, I went down here. I think I'm going to come up here on this one. Okay, and that's just a 1/4 inch strip that I cut with my Stampin' trimmer. Okay, now okay, so we've got that done. Then I have a piece of basic white cut 3 by 4. Okay, and I am going to stamp, and I chose Night of Navy to go with this silver and gray and smoky slate designer paper. And I'm stamping Wishing You Love, Joy, and Happiness. And goodness, that block needs cleaning. Okay, I'm going to justify this over to the right some, up at the top. And then I have a piece of that designer paper with that snowflake, and this is 1/2 by 3. And I'm just going to give that a little bit of decoration there on the side. This is a good way to use your designer series paper scraps. It's on the inside of a card or gift card holder. And so here I would write my little message and sign my name, and it goes right inside just like that. Okay, so now I have a die cut piece from that beautiful Encircled in Beauty dies. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's in that same silver foil. Okay, and then I'm also going to be using one of the wonderful snowflakes that's iridescent white. Okay, those are in the annual catalog. And I cut this about 5 by 5 to die cut that out. And let me see, what else do I have here? I have a scrap piece of basic white for, you can either punch or die cut. So you can use your layering circles dies, and I would use this one probably because it's large enough to cut. It's a little bigger than that 2-inch circle, but as long as you can put it on here and the little filigree show from behind, you're good to go. Okay, so whatever works for you. But since I'm getting closer to the holidays, and I've got lists a mile long, which I love because it's stuff I love to do, and I want to make this as quick and easy as possible for me. So I'm going to stamp, oh, there's a stamp on the back of that, Warm Christmas Wishes, ink it up in Night of Navy. And while I'm inking that, I want to let you know that next week is Stampin' Up's seasonal sale. And on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, November 16th, 17th, and 18th, there are going to be lots of items in the annual catalog, not the holiday catalog, the annual catalog, that are on sale. So, okay, let me make sure I get this right. The cardstock, packages of cardstock will be 10% off. Ink pads, not including the bundled ink pads and not including the third-party ink pads like StazOn, Memento, Versamark, not those, but all the other colors, they're 15% off, and all of the dies are 20% off, and that includes this beautiful die set right here, okay? So be sure you're on my mailing list. You can go to inkandinspirations.com and sign up. And in my email that will be going out next Tuesday, I'll have the link to the flyer. And you'll also be able to just go to the online store to see that. Okay, you see how I just put that in the center? Look at that, how pretty that is. Okay, so now I've got this. This is going to go together so easily. I mean, and how pretty. What a pretty presentation, right? Okay, so I had that there, and then I thought it needs a little something else. So I'm going to offset that snowflake a bit. Okay, so, but first I want to put some ribbon, and I'm using this. It's glittered organdy ribbon in white. And if I believe I use 16 to 18 inches to tie, and I'm just tying a knot, but so that I don't use more ribbon than I need, I usually just leave it on the bolt for something that's not too difficult to tie like this. Now, if I were tying a bow, might be a little bit different, but this is just going to be a knot. So I'm going to go through this loop down here, and look at that sparkly. I think this ribbon is available. For a long while it wasn't. It's also in the holiday catalog. Okay, trim that off. And then to secure this, I am going to, if I can find it, get my glue dots and put a glue dot behind that knot. I think I might move it over just a little bit. I'm going to be sure it goes around straight, and then bam. Now I made this size so that it would fit in one of our standard size envelopes. Okay, so it is 5.5. Let me get right here, 5.5, and then it's by 4. Okay, so it will fit. And so I've got that now. So now I'm going to take my snowflake, put it here in the center, and I think I'm just going to use a little bit of glue. If the good Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, as they say, I will be doing a special project series next week, and I'm hoping that one of those series of videos will be for our premiere. So be sure you tune into the blog or the YouTube channel and the YouTube channel next week so you can see that. And Mr. Brown is supposed to help me with that, so that should be fun. Okay, now, of course, I needed a little bit of bling, right? Okay, so this, I've got, look at these. I've used so many of the colors here. I'm using these blue holiday rhinestones, and I thought that would look just great with the Night of Navy ink. And I'm just going to scatter them a bit. Put 3 possibly here. There we go. Okay, and let's see. I could put some here too as well if I want to. Let's see. How do I want to do that? I think I'm going to put one on each side of this coming year. That was a little. So I got some sewing I have to do this weekend. I have never made little Clara, my youngest granddaughter, a dress, and so I got that on my list to do. So I'll try to post a picture of that when it's done on my blog. and Facebook. So there's that one. Okay. And here was the other one I made. It's almost just exactly like it. I didn't put rhinestones on this one though. Okay. Now let me show you one I made with the Whimsy and Wonder Designer Series paper. So this is, alternative Christmas colors and just so beautiful with that metallic sheen. It's a specialty paper as well. Love this pink ribbon. And then on the inside is that Blushing Bride in polished pink. And then you can see here I put 2 strips of that diagonal stripe designer paper to accent that. So, okay, there you go. As usual, it will probably be, I'm going to try to put these dimensions up on the blog sometime before the weekend is over. Okay. And so, but it's super simple, 5.5 by 12, score at 4 and 8, and then embellish away. Okay. And be sure and look for that sale next week. Sign up for my mailing list, inkinspirations.com. You can see that there on the screen. Go, there's a box on the right hand side, fill it out so that you don't miss anything. And you even get a free online card class when you sign up for my mailing list. So I would love to have you, would love to share with you weekly. And I thank you all so much for being here, and look forward to seeing you next week. Fingers crossed that that project series is complete and ready to go for you. And I will talk to you again soon. Have a great evening. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.